Saudi Arabia is starting a 1.5 billion riyal fund to expand the free-spirited hospitality brand Habitas across the kingdom as part of its blitz to build a tourism industry from scratch. The hotel and events company, which has its roots in creating camps at the Burning Man Festival in the Nevada desert, plans to have as many as 6 new properties throughout the kingdom, in addition to 2 existing ones. The details aren't finalized, but sites could range from the Red Sea coast to the inland capital of Riyadh. The aim is to attract new international visitors to Saudi Arabia, which first opened to tourists in 2019, as well as locals that haven't done much domestic traveling. What's amazing about the kingdom is just how diverse the geography is. Chief Executive Officer Oliver Ripley says, adding that the investment in infrastructure has opened up much more of the country to potential visitors. A lot of these locations were difficult to access, or access was until recently restricted for religious reasons. The funding will be anchored by the Saudi Tourism Development Fund, or TDF, which was established in June 2020 with an initial pot of 15 billion riyal to financing the industry's growth. The kingdom's goal is to more than double the number of tourists to 100 million annually by 2030, including domestic travel, and increase tourism share of the economy from 3% to 10%, according to a document on the fund's website. A spokesman for the TDF declined to answer questions for this story. Saudi officials have said they'll commit at least $1 trillion, creating enticing destinations in the country and expanding the tourism industry. The Habitas investment ventures such as a new luxury airline and a $500 million esports destination are part of the broader strategy. Saudi Arabia has almost 99,000 hotel rooms in the pipeline from various stages of development, according to figures from April from the hotel data company FTR. The country has also been a spending spree in other areas, including luring international sports stars to its nascent athletic teams to try to change its image abroad and create new entertainment options. TDF has already made agreements with companies as large as Hilton and as small as a Dubai startup called MB Lodges to create additional lodging. The Saudi fund often discovers, provides financing, and receives an ownership stake in a string of planned hotels. The hotel companies license their brands and manage the operations. The planned Habitas fund is the same size as one set up for Accors and Ismori collection, which agreed to develop 10 to 12 hotels with 150 to 200 rooms, each though the deal spans several individual hotel brands. TDF has committed 10% or $40 million to the fund so far and will own the properties. An Enismore spokesman said, as Habitas, the company will likely build one property on the Red Sea on the country's west coast and another near Jeddah, with Riyadh as a possible third spot, Ripley says. He anticipates that visitors will come for as little as 3 or 4 days or as long as 2 weeks and will travel at a circuit between the hotel and an experience called a journey of discovery through Saudi Arabia. Hotel circuits are becoming increasingly popular with travelers who want to see a swath of a country and have varied experiences while staying within one brand's familiar confines with all the transfers and logistics sorted out. Habitas circuit, if completed, could be one of the most comprehensive in the world. Habitat is a company that grew out of camps at Burning Man and has a manifesto for like-minded souls, is an unlikely brand to commit so heavily to Saudi Arabia with the 6 million ounce locations. 8 of the company's 38 current and upcoming properties will be in the kingdom. Company spokeswoman said in other locations from Tulum, Mexico to Namibia, its crowd is made up of liberal, creative types who want to revel into the late hours of the night. Can Ripley draw that customer base to Saudi Arabia, which has been criticized for human rights violations and gender inequality, and where alcohol has been. So far, it has found some success in Al Ula, a desert oasis in northwest Saudi Arabia, where it opened a boho Lux property with a mixed gender affinity pool in 2021.
Ripley says Habitas Al Ula is 60% full in the summer despite the desert heat. Of those who are coming, about 80% are local.
Ripley says any decision made by the kingdom on whether to allow alcohol will affect his business plan. People traveling, especially when they're on holiday, would enjoy having a beer or a glass of wine. He says, we would like it to happen, but it's out of our control. He sees reason to be hopeful, when Ripley first started talking about opening in Saudi, his friend Saudi was crazy to focus on the country. There's been very positive change to people's perceptions, he says. When asked if unmarried couples or people who are LGBTQ could come to the hotels, Ripley says he believes the kingdom is safe for all travelers, whether you are going as a boyfriend and girlfriend, whether you're going as a boyfriend and boyfriend. There's complete freedom in terms of how you can travel with your partner, he says. Saudi's official tourism website says unmarried couples can stay together and LGBTQ visitors are welcome, but asks not to disclose personal details in what might be seen as don't ask, don't tell policy. Habitas is set to open its next properties in Saudi Arabia in 2024.